Welcome to MTC Creative Kitchen.
Greetings all my subscribers, as well my newly subscribers. Thank you for coming. Now for today on the menu, I'm gonna prepare some brown stew oxtail with brown beans, Caribbean style rice and peas, and shredded vegetables. Now guys, this is something worthwhile watching and you do not want to miss this. So stay tuned and I'll be right back. Thanks for tuning in. Now here in the bowl before me, I have 3 pounds of oxtail. I did already went ahead and clean them up as I mean, cut off the extra fat out of it. Then rinse it off, but now I'm gonna add some lime juice to it. Alright, so here's my lime juice and I'm using the Carl's lime juice. Now guys, if you have the actual lime, you can actually go ahead and use the actual lime. But because I don't have the actual lime, I'm using the lime juice itself. But both of them is still effective. If it's natural lime or the lime juice, both of them is still effective. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead now and pour me some vinegar, right? Because you know the vinegar and the lime juice, they both make the perfect combination when washing the meat. You know, it reduces the level of bacteria and refreshes the meat. So both of them make the perfect combination whenever you're washing the meat, and I'll definitely recommend you trying it. I'm gonna go in and wash the meat. I just make sure that the meat is washed properly. Now the thing you see, whenever I do wash the meat with lime juice and vinegar, I like to let it sit for a few minutes just to consume some of that lime juice and vinegar, right? And then I'll just go ahead and then throw the water off, then rinse it. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead now and throw the water off. So this is gonna be the first rinsing. Continue to rinse the meat until the water is clear. Right, the water has to be clear. So if it's a case you have to leave it in the faucet, don't allow the water to run in it. Yeah man, for real, you know, it has to be clear, you know what I mean? Because you don't want the water to look bloody. Head no within the bones, sometimes you have that kind of bloody looking in there, so you just want to ensure so it's properly clean, you know what I mean? And if you notice, I did trim off some fat out of the meat, right? But you see, you may probably have a little around the rim here. It's not much, you know. So this can go ahead and stay, you know what I mean? But then normally we try to trim off the excess fat out, right? So as you can see, this one was one that had a lot of fat right here. So I had to go ahead and trim it off as well. But then there's a little that is to the edge here, but you know, it's okay. Alright, one more rinse to go. If you notice the water is just getting now, so I'm going to show you how clear it is when I'm through. Trim that off. Keep moving. Alright, so the water is now clean. So I'm just draining off the excessive water, right? The excessive water has to go. So I'm just draining it off right now. I'll place it down and then I'm gonna come back again and drain it off. Here I have 10 cloves of garlic, 10 cloves, they were washed already. So what I'm gonna do is just to splash my garlic, right? Yeah man, splash my garlic. Instead of chop them up, I'm gonna scratch them. This is how I like to do my garlic. I like to crush it. I used to cut up my garlic, you know what I mean? But I found that when chopping the garlic, sometimes it just takes a lot of time, you know what I mean? But when I crush it with my garlic crusher, it works so much better for me. Alright, so I'm going to just add the rest of garlic within this crusher here, and then I'm going to crush them out like so. So I have one more to go. Right. Alright, so the garlic is now finished, squashed out of the place within the bowl with the oxtail. Now I'm going to add some of my jerk season. I'm going to add around 2 spoons of my jerk season. Some dash, that's it, dash season. Now I'm going to add a dash based on the amount of meat that is in the bowl, alright? Now this is some Maggi all purpose season, as you can see. Maggi season up all purpose, alright? Now let me season the meat. See, I don't need a lot of seasonings. I do not need a lot of seasonings. All I need is my Maggi all purpose and my and my dash along with some garlic, right? Now when I add the rest of seasonings is when my meat is tender. You know what I mean? Because what I'm gonna do, I'm going to put my meat in a cooker. That's a pressure cooker, yes, and tenderize it because there are times when you cannot just judge these meats, right? Sometimes they can be tough. But if you have the time to sit down and allow it to take its own time and cook, no problem. You know what I mean? But if it's a case where you just want to get it over with, you know what I mean? Just put it in the pressure and just give it at least 5 minutes and you're good to go. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it in my pressure and allow it to tenderize. You know what I mean? So when it's tenderized, then I'm gonna place it in my pot and then I'm gonna allow it to go and take its own time and cook. Then I'll add the additional seasoning to it. Then add, you know, my ketchup and a little soy sauce and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Alright, so that's just how it is, you know what I mean? In the kitchen. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead now and mix up everything. Make sure everything is combined, you know. Now, the thing is, you know, you can actually brown your oxtail if you want to, you know, but for me, I'm not gonna brown it. I'm just going to season it, allow it to sit for at least a day, you know what I mean, until I'm ready to cook it. Then I'll just take it out of the fridge and then I'll just, you know, let it sit for a few minutes. Then I'll do what's necessary. Alright, yeah, see there. It's getting there, man. It's absolutely getting there, guys. You can smell the aroma. So there it is, guys. The oxtail is now finished, seasoned. So what I'm gonna do is just to rest it on the fridge for the next day or a day and a half. And this is going to be my Sunday dinner. Oxtail with rice and peas. Oh yes. Alright, so at a bubble. Alright, I'm just scrape on the side here. Check my peas. Peas should be cooked now. Alright, then man. Now what I'm gonna do is just turn the fire off because the peas is not cooked. Alright, and now you see that reddish look? Yeah man, that's how you want your peas to look when you're cooking rice and peas, alright? Flame off. Yo, here's my native coconut, right? You know, I love to use my native coconut when I'm cooking my rice and peas. When I'm not going to do anything, I like to use my native coconut. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead now and burst it. I'm using the back of the machete. Break it open. Then I'm gonna pour the water in, right? Like so. Then I'm gonna drink the water. Yeah man, really refreshing. Really refreshing. Take the shells off. No, this so we break them up. You know what I mean? We break them apart. So we separate the shell from the coconut itself. So let me just break this one up some more. See, this one came out. Now I'm gonna get my knife. Alright, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna get my knife and I'm gonna ox them out now. Like so. Simple. See, so that's how it's done. Just gonna clean out the surface, get some of these things out of the way, and then I'm gonna clean out the counter. So stay tuned and you will see how I cut them up. Alright, so next on the agenda is the coconut. So the coconut, it was broken. I drink the water, I oxed it out, I wash it off. As you can see, I'm washing it off while it's still even inside, right? And I'm going to cut them up, right? Now, this is how we do it, right? There's no need to fine to it. We just take one time and just cut them up like so. You know what I mean? Now, this is due to the fact that I blend the coconut. It doesn't really matter how I cut you up, right? So long as they're not thick. So the bigger the coconut, right? The bigger the coconut to me is the better, because the more milk I get and less what I use. Because you see, when it comes down to my rice and peas, I like to taste that rich coconut flavor. You understand me? Yeah. So yeah, man, I'm not clean when it comes down to coconut. You know, I like a big size coconut. So I don't have far to go now. I want 2 and 1 small piece. So I'll make it snappy. I'm going to add some more speed to the cutting up of the coconut. Just a minute. Alright, back. The thing is, guys, if you don't want native coconut, you can also use a coconut pack. You know that pack, that coconut milk that sells in a pack? Yeah, man, because I know that in certain countries, you know, it's hard to come by. So if you can actually, you know, use a pack, no problem. Because sometimes, you know, sometimes we run for the pack same way too, you know. I will use the pack same because if there's no if there's no chance of me getting in the coconut, or if somebody case that my coconut runs out, you know what I mean, then I'll just eventually get a pack, right? The amount of coconut there, guys. Excuse me. The piece of the coconat and the trash is tingling at my throat. piece here. I should think I have a piece right here too. Alright, so I have 2 more pieces remaining. I need 2 small pieces. Okay, this seems like it, but let me just check through. Just to ensure so we got everything. Alright, so that's a wrap. I got everything. Just gonna have 2 more. So sit there. Coconut stop and ready to blend. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead now and get my coconut blend. So I'm gonna pour them in there in the blender, like so. Take them at one time, pour them in the blender. Alright, then I'm gonna get some water. So I'm using the same bowl, right, to pour the water within the blender with the coconuts. Just gonna add more water to it. Alright, that's it. Then I'm gonna begin the process. Well, it is blended out. I just tasted the coconut milk. Right, so I'm gonna run it for next minute or 2. now that time to extract the coconut juice. Right, so here's the container before me. So I'm going to pour the coconut juice within the strainer to extract it, because I don't need the trash now, I only need the juice from the coconut itself. Alright, now everything is now poured out. Alright, so I'm just going to allow it to drain out. Then I'm going to reach my big spoon. Now the big spoon now is just to, I'm going to use it to add some tension, right, and the trash in the strainer, so that means we can get more juice to flow through. Alright, like so. Alright. If you can hear that sound, that's the juice pouring out as I'm adding tension to the coconut trash within the strainer. That's how it is now. I mean, I could have used my hands, but it don't make sense using my hands. You know what I mean? It's just best me just use a big spoon. Alright, that's about it. Now, as we did state before, I'm not going to brown my oxtail. My oxtail, I'm going to tenderize it by placing them in the cooker, right? So I'm going to go ahead and just add a little of the Maggi pepper season within the water. Yeah, man, I have seasoned the water, alright? Then I'm going to increase the flame. Then I'm gonna go ahead and put in my oxtails, alright? Like so. going to place the pimento leaves within the pot here. before, you know, with the pimento leaves, it enhances the flavor, right? And I'm not going to cover it yet until it's come to a boil. So I'm just gonna rest it on top, like so, until when it's boiling up. Then I can just flip it over and then close it down. All right. So I'm just covering it down just like so until it comes to a boil. Alright, so it's now come to a boil, so I'm gonna cover it now and seal it like so. Then I'm gonna put the weight on top. Alright, there it is. Now it's time to add in the coconut milk within the pot. Alright, so here it is. Here's my coconut milk. And I'm pouring it now. It's so rich, guys. Rich and creamy. That's how I like my coconut milk to be. Rich and creamy. Now I'm gonna give it some time to come to a boil. But I have to watch the flame. You know what I mean? With the cooking of the coconut milk, because if I don't watch it, it have a tendency to want to boil over. You know what I mean? So I have to watch it. It will boil over, and that's just the thing with it, right? Yeah. So before it starts to boil intensively, I'm just gonna half mask the pot cover. That way it can properly boil. Now, even if I do reduce the flame, you know, it's still gonna boil over, because if it's gonna cover like this fully, right? It's going to boil over, because there's only a small hole here on the cover to let out the steam, you know what I mean? So that's just how it is. Alright, so the coconut milk has now come to a boil. So let's take a preview of what's going on within the pot. Now, as you can see, the boil right here, you can see the coconut milk around the side here. So what I'm gonna do is just use my fork and just go in and just scrape it down, scrape it down like so. Yeah, just scrape it down like this way. Now this way now, when I do it like this, it's just to make the coconut milk go down. This is the custard from the coconut milk, right? So when I even say coconut, right, it's the custard from the coconut. I'm just scraping it down and allow it to go down within the pot, right? Because I don't need it to be on the side. It needs to be inside, not around the rim of the pot. Alright? Now, as you can see, my coconut milk is still boiling. Here I have my seasonings. That's my scallion, thyme and pepper, and rewashed. So I'm just going to add them to the pot. Right? Next, I'm going to add some salt. I'm going to approximately have 1 teaspoon of salt. That's 1 teaspoon of salt. Yes, so the 1 teaspoon of salt is good enough, right? I don't need no more than just 1 teaspoon. And as I said before, it depends on the amount of rice that I'm cooking. Now, if I'm cooking less rice, you know, it will be less coconut milk, so it will be less salt. You feel me? That's just how it is. It's now time to add the rice to the pot. Now, I already went ahead and picked my rice. They will wash it. I wash it until the water is clear. You know what I mean? Now I'm going to put the rice within the pot. And I'm going to get my wooden spoon now. give it a stir, just to ensure say, you know, everything is mixed. You know, the peas are not settled in one area. Cause you don't want to have too much peas get up in one area. So you want to, you just use the wooden spoon now and stir, just to ensure say, you know, the rice and the peas is blended where you don't have too much peas in one area, right? And to avoid the rice from sticking to the pot, now getting lumpy. So I'm gonna go ahead and taste it now. Yeah man, for real. That's the flavor I'm looking for. That is the flavor I'm looking for. Alright, so I'm gonna cover the pot now and allow it to go and cook. Alright, so the pot has now come to a boil. So check this out, guys. Yeah man, you see that? So the thing is setting up decent and proper, you know. Alright. Now the coconut milk has gonna boil down, so as you can see, just check out this, guys. You see how it's still right now. The coconut milk has not boiled down, so what I'm gonna do is just to reduce the flame and just allow it to go and steam for the next, say, 10-15 minutes. Alright, so the cooker is now off. I did allow it to cool. Now as you can see, now guys, check that out. Right, that's it on. For real. So what I'm gonna do next is just to take them out of the cooker and place them within the pot. So stay tuned for that, alright? Alright, so I'm gonna take them out now. Place them within the pot. But the thing is that, guys, I don't like when my oxtail is falling off the bone. And when I say fall off the bone, right, I'm talking about, you know, taking it out of the cooker and placing a pot and it's breaking off. You know what I mean? No, I don't enjoy that way. I like when it's intact as is. You know what I mean? No, when everything is placed within the pot and then add the seasoning and the butter bean and so forth, you know what I mean? Then it's tenderized the right way to my suit, and that's when it's falling off the bone. You know what I mean? But then you can't make it too tender from beginning, right? If you do so, it's gonna be too soft. It will fall off the bone when I'm taking it out of the cooker like this. So it should be intact just like this, you know what I mean? It should be intact just like that. And put the bigger piece right there. You know, the bigger piece should go to the bottom and the smaller piece to the top. I'm checking to see if there's a bigger piece. Okay. Okay, there's one more piece right here. This one comes right here. If you notice, I'm trying to make space, right? I want to make sure that they're not too clustered. That's the smaller piece right there. Okay, I got some more smaller pieces. Place this piece right here. This piece there. I'm gonna go ahead now and pour out, I say, the cooker within the pot, right? Like so. Then I have a piece more here. Right. There's a piece of pimento leaf right here in the pot. Take that out. gonna cover it and then I'm gonna light the stove. Now I'm going to allow it to cook just the way we want it, or should I say the way I need it, right? And then after that I'll go ahead and add the relevant seasonings and so forth to the pot. Then I'll add my bean and the rest of the ingredients. Alright, so stay tuned. Alright, so see there, I'm still like bubbling now. Alright, so I'm just gonna allow it to go and cook until it's tender to my suit. Now, as I said before, guys, let's say the thing is with oxtail, you cannot look on it and judge it because some oxtail are tough and some are soft, right? So what you want to do, for me, I would normally pressure my oxtail for say 5 to 10 minutes, right? 5 to 10 minutes. Now let me tell you, when I say 5 to 10 minutes, it's a case where I normally would make it pressure for 5 minutes, right? Now when I pressure in 5 minutes, and if it's not tender to my suit, I will put it back on the fire and allow it to pressure 5 more minutes. So that would have been a total of 10 minutes, right? Right, and when I do it that way, I'm not gonna make it too soft as I said before, because I'm gonna cook it down with the seasonings, right? I don't want it to fall out the bone. The only time it's coming out the bone is when I'm gonna take it out the bone with my teeth. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. I don't want it to fall out the bone when I'm gonna take my fork to take it out the plate or take it out the cooker. You know what I mean? I don't like it that way. I don't want it to mash out. You know what I mean? So that's why we normally time it, do it 5 minutes, right? And if it's not to my suit, I give it 5 more minutes, and that would be it. Then I take it out the cooker, then put it in a pot to continue cook. That's just how we do it, you know what I mean? Yeah, so it's going to stay true. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add in my seasonings. The oxtail has not reached the point where it's tender to my salt, so I'm just gonna go ahead now and just add the seasonings in. Right, then I'm gonna use the spoon, the wooden spoon, and just do that stir. Then go in the red beans. We are going to really see the brown beans added in the pot. Oops. Come off it off. I'm gonna go ahead and just shake it around like so, you know what I mean? But then I'm gonna get the wooden spoon because you can't have too much beans in one area, so I'm just gonna scatter them within the pot. Just like that. Now as you can see here in the pot, the coconut milk has not boiled down, so what I'm gonna do is to reduce the flame. Now when I reduce the flame, it can get a proper steam. You know what I mean? Because rice do not cook on high flame. Yeah man, so I'm gonna reduce the flame and then cover the pot and then allow it to go and steam. Dinner is now served. As you can see here, I have my Caribbean style rice and peas along with my brown stew oxtail and brown beans and my shredded vegetables and my sorrel right there. Yes, it's now time to have my Sunday dinner. Guys, it has always been a pleasure to share with you what I prepare in my kitchen. So please remember to thumbs up the video, leave a valuable comment, share me out, subscribe to my channel and hit that post notification bell and allow it to be on all. That way you'll be the first person to be notified when I drop a new video. Thank you for watching.